Support me by giving this video a like, subscribe to my channel, check out my Patreon, or become a channel member using the join button below. Hello once again everyone, I am playing with Movie with another PWMW Reacts. If you want to go ahead and skip my introductory comments and skip straight to the beginning of the video, or if you want to skip straight to the death battle directly, the links are provided at the bottom of this video and in the video description. So, as mentioned at the end of the previous video, the previous death battle, PWMW Reacts, I'm doing this one right after it. Because I'm way behind, and I'm actually 4 days late after the upload of this particular video, which is interesting. So, here's another video with two characters that I don't know anything about, and don't really much care who wins. Although, actually, you know what? I actually will say that I have a little bit of stake in this particular match. I'm gonna root for Blake. And I'm gonna root for Blake because I've actually kind of been interested in watching RWBY for a while, but also because of the fact that I gave Attack on Titan one episode to wow me. And what happens? The very first episode, I see the main character's mom get eaten by a Titan. And I never wanted to watch that show ever again after that. I was done. That's just too depressing. I can't deal with ultra depressing stuff like that. I don't like that. And I remember mentioning that to... Oh God. I mentioned it to a few people. But one person that I remember mentioning it to, I don't actually remember who it was. But I remember them saying, the show gets a lot more depressing from there. So, yeah, I'm glad I dodged that sadness bullet. Don't really need that. Don't need that at all. So, so versus battle. Let's see. Versus battle. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Get this. They are extremely close in terms of the versus battles tiers. Now, it does say that, I almost said RWBY, that Blake Belladonna, I love how it's not using their full names, Blake Belladonna has the edge over Mikasa Ackerman. That's her last name. You know, we can't just have the first name, you gotta have the surnames, that's important. So it actually says that Mikasa is building level. So that means that she can destroy a building. By comparison, Blake Belladonna is, did that say high 8C? Large building. So we're talking about a difference between medium-sized buildings and constructions such as large factories or large complexes such as supermarkets versus somebody who can destroy a skyscraper. I hit my desk doing that. Yeah, it's not too off, but yeah, the difference between a skyscraper and blowing up like a supermarket is definitely. It definitely takes a lot more charge, a lot more power, a lot more TNT. So, yeah, and it also says that it says higher with gravity dust. Now, I don't know what gravity dust is, and I don't want to read into it. I'll just let the video explain it to me. But it keeps saying that. It keeps saying that she's 8C, high 8C, then high 8C or higher, then high 8C or higher with gravity dust. And these forms are... Oh, volumes 1 to 3, then volumes 4 to 5, and then volumes 6 and onwards. So, that's it. So she's the B. Oh, yeah, okay. So she's the B in RWBY. So we already watched Weiss lose. So, that was depressing to one of my fans, that Weiss lost to, Oh, that's right. Oh, it was Mitsuru from Persona. That was it. I had to go look it up, because that's what I do. I look stuff up. Alrighty, so I think that's about it. So yeah, versus battle gives a slight edge to Blake. My pick is Blake. So we're gonna go, hopefully Blake wins this. Alright, I appreciated the fact that ad was shorter and it wasn't for chewable Viagra. Funnily enough, they're selling t-shirts and one of them says fight, which is something they don't do anymore.
And Mikasa Ackerman, the giant killing scout from Attack on Titan. These two reluctant heroes are fighting for a better world.
What'll happen when they go toe-to-toe to see who's the swingiest and the cuttiest? He's
The swingiest and cuttiest.
And it's our job to
Is that really why these guys are pitted against each other?
Who would win a death battle?
Why do they just pose like that?
Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable.
I wonder if JFK was thinking about anime cat girls when he said that.
Despite the world of Remnant being home to a plethora of magical beings, the Faunus were subject to discrimination from humanity.
That's so dumb. How can humans be racist against Faunus? Aside from looking slightly different, they're basically exactly the same. Oh, I get it.
For most of her youth, Donna worked with the Faunus activist organization,
now he
the
understands.
White Fang. But when her parents expressed concern at its growing violent tactics, she ran away to join them fully.
Yeah, Ginger Kylo Ren's influence was making it all cat-girl supremacist-y.
Believing the Faunus deserved to rule the world instead of humans, Adam Taurus turned the White Fang into a terrorist organization, with the young, impressionable Blake in tow. Now Blake got to put her superhuman Faunus abilities to the test as a guerrilla fighter.
She's not a gorilla whiz, she's clearly a cat. You dingus.
That's not what
As a clearly cat Faunus, Blake's got superhuman strength, speed.
So I actually didn't realize that she was some sort of like cat person. I think from all the images I saw, she had like that big black bow on her head, which I can only imagine is to hide the ears. But yeah, I never actually knew that.
Though if it's overtaxed, she will be as defenseless as any ordinary human.
Her aura survived this.
Oh, hey, it's the thing that they explained with Weiss.
Twice.
Measuring the size of the Nevermore compared to the stone structure it shattered, we can gauge it had to have fragmented over 2,000 cubic meters of rock.
That means
we're already getting into the math.
4 tons of TNT without even breaking.
I guess you could say she sold it.
Don't try that again. I'm gonna have to cut you with a sword as sharp as Gamble Shroud. It's everything you could ever want in a sick anime combo weapon. Part katana, part Kasurigama, and it wouldn't be Ruby if it wasn't part gun. Hell, it's shaped as a sword too. That's just showing off, and I like it.
The 96-meter-long elastic ribbon attached to the katana's hilt lets Blake use Gamble Shroud as a grappling hook for maneuverability and creative attacks. An invaluable asset for the White Fang and her new boyfriend.
Well, until he threatened to blow up a bunch of innocent people. Now, instead of a bad boy, he's just a boy.
He looks like one of the
Horrified, Blake turned her back
villains from Final Fantasy XIV.
For the second time in her life, she ran away.
It's like running away is her superpower.
The Asians, with the masks on their face.
Manifest a unique ability, or semblance, called Shadow. Born from her desire to escape, Blake can create a brief, intangible clone for deception, evasion, and propel herself through the air.
Friggin'
can even combine
after
them with
image.
Different kinds of dust, which is basically magic gunpowder. Fire dust clones will explode on impact, while ice will freeze you solid. Though once she runs out of aura, that's it for her semblance too. Wiz? Buddy? Man, I killed him. And it wasn't even on purpose!
Don't worry, just some biological cloning. It's a hobby. Don't ask if I'm the original. I genuinely don't know anymore. Alone again, Blake lacked purpose and a place to call home.
Reminds me of the Venture Brothers.
Beacon Academy. There, she learned to be a huntress, a soldier of peace sworn to protect the land from monsters and any that would do it harm.
And she wouldn't do it alone. Blake would join up with fellow huntresses in training, Weiss Schnee, Yang Xiaolong, and Ruby Rose to make Team RWBY with a W.
She didn't just have teammates, but friends as well.
Feelings gross. Don't worry, the power of friendship didn't get in the way of her kicking some ass. In fact, it made her even better at it. She's defeated the gangster Roman Torchwick, the kaiju-sized Sea Fei Long, and the assassins Mercury and Emerald, and they could dodge natural lightning.
Comparing the distance they traveled relative to the lightning bolt, we can determine they were moving over 26,000 meters per second, nearly 80 times the speed of sound.
She even managed to stand up to Adam and all his mom just doesn't understand energy with the help of a new, way less toxic partner. So long, you abusive a-hole!
No easy feat considering Adam was strong enough to pulverize this massive spider droid with his moon slice, a feat worth over 4 tons of TNT.
Not too bad for a bootleg Virgil, and Gamble Shroud could take hits like that over and over before breaking.
Despite her troubled past, Blake would never stop fighting for a better, more peaceful, more equitable world. She was done running. With her friends at her side, she would face the future head on.
So long.
Oh, that's right. There's a fighting game, isn't there? I forgot about that.
Welcome to
No,
Scenic
no.
Enjoy the rustic medieval architecture.
PTSD.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yep, that can't be good.
Cowering behind enormous walls, the last remnants of humanity were driven to near extinction by the arrival of the monstrous Titans.
Despite that, little Mikasa Ackerman lived a happy, normal life until her parents were brutally murdered in front of her. But never fear, she's gonna reverse the shit out of those assholes with the help of Eren Yeager, another pint-sized psychopath in training.
Adopted by Eren's parents, Mikasa and Eren somehow lived a happy, normal life. Until all their friends and family were brutally murdered.
No, I can't. No.
With barely anyone in her life lasting longer than a 25-minute.
I had to click out. I had to alt tab. I had to alt tab.
A valuable asset to Eren, who devoted his life.
This is too depressing.
Together, they joined the military and got their hands on some sweet Titan slaying gear, the vertical maneuvering equipment, or VMI.
Also known as
what?
omnidirectional movement, or ODM gear in the anime, it allows Mikasa to fight the towering Titans at their own level.
ODM gear comes with two 20 to 30 foot long iron wire spears she can separately aim and shoot. It'll hook into any surface. They'll allow her to
Oh, hey, it's just like what's her name?
She can zoom through the air and
Beifong from Korra.
That fires pressure
God, what? Toph's daughter. Why am I blanking? Alright, while he's doing that, I'm just gonna look that up. Lin Beifong. AKA Camille from League of Legends. Also, yeah, that's just creepy.
ODM gear can propel her at speeds up to 366 kilometers per hour. That's almost a third the speed of sound.
Assuming she can reach top speeds in a second, that's over 10 Gs of force, 10 times Earth's gravity.
For reference, astronauts withstand about 3 Gs of force during liftoff, and fighter pilots can withstand up to 9 Gs for a second or two during aerial combat. Even just 6 Gs for a sustained period of time can be fatal for a human being, but Mikasa can survive almost twice that much and fight giant monsters at the same time.
That insane speed makes her especially deadly when she whips out her special Titan-slashing swords made of ultra-hard steel. And that's exactly the term I'd use to describe myself after watching what they can do to a Titan.
Despite their
it's literally called ultra-hard steel.
Super tough Titan skin they have to repeatedly cut. So Mikasa carries a set of 12 that she can easily dispose of and replace mid-combat.
Yeah, that kind of became a problem when some super intelligent Titans started sporting crazy tough armor. That's when Mikasa breaks out the big guns, the Thunder Spears.
Essentially proto-bazookas, the Thunder Spears are thrown like javelins. They're sharp enough to pierce even the armored Titan's impenetrable hide.
Damn.
And once their fuse is severed, they'll explode, devastating.
Alright, that's actually kind of badass.
Shattering the armored Titan's armor is no joke. It was tough enough to tank punching a hole through Wall Maria.
By measuring the size of the gate in comparison to, let's go with this guy, we can determine the armored Titan violently fragmented over 1,000 cubic meters of rock.
That'd take over 18 tons of TNT, enough to level a city block, and the Thunder Spear shreked it. No surprises here. If you're too close to one of its blasts, it's game over.
Despite the awesome power at her fingertips, Mikasa only really joined the military to watch over and protect Eren.
Like a loving mother hen of death. And that became way harder once Eren learned he could also turn into one of those super intelligent Titans.
Now humanity's greatest weapon against the Titan Eren was at the center of all major anti-Titan operations, which meant Mikasa was there too, ruthlessly dispatching anyone that might harm him.
Get over yourself, Eren. So what if your childhood home was destroyed by a Titan? You're living rent-free in this girl's head. And it could be worse. You could be Armin. Man, it's like she's programmed to protect him.
You're not off base. Mikasa's last name isn't inconsequential. Ages ago, the Ackermans were bioengineered to be subservient super soldier royal guards to the mighty Eldian Emperor.
Well, wherever all that shit came from, Mikasa's got the Ackerman blood coursing through her veins. The same blood that gives her a fraction of a Titan's power without transforming. Holy crap!
It's that power that allowed Captain Levi, another Ackerman, to dodge point-blank bullets. That's over Mach 2, and Mikasa can easily keep up with him.
It also lets her subconsciously tap into the combined experience and battle instincts of Ackerman's past. She's like the avatar of Titan murder.
Unfortunately, this blood bond with Eren means that even when he goes too far, she's obligated to protect him, kind of like a robot.
I don't buy it, Wiz. She doesn't love him because of her DNA. She loves him because he's the only one who stood up for her when she couldn't stand up for herself. When she looks at him and the rest of her friends, she sees a hope for a brighter tomorrow.
Wow, Boomstick.
That's a fan theory, isn't it?
She has fart powers.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
I'm not listening to another word of this. No point.
that sounded strongly like some sort of fan argument that would like happen within the fandom or whatever.
But first, if you've got a love life as intense as Blake and Mikasa's,
oh great, more chewable Viagra, yay! Alright, here we are.
Hey!
Cat ears.
Civilians were supposed to evacuate this area hours ago! Get the hell out of here! They're coming!
Oh, mega lol. What?
Deaf? I said
Wow.
get the hell! Leave me alone! Are those 2 sets of ears? She must have 4 times the hearing.
Okay. And that's important. Why? You know, I will say, I just let it go over my head because I'm just kind of enjoying this, but yeah, this animation is super good. So, I just got a really grim feeling. I have a feeling that Blake is going to lose this the exact same way that Weiss lost. Once her like key or whatever it's called runs out, then she's just going to be completely like useless and she's going to lose. I can feel this happening. Like she has to finish this quickly, I'd imagine. Although not quickly enough to make the video, like the battle itself, like short and uninteresting. Not that it has been uninteresting so far. Boom. Yeah, she's going through those things, and apparently every time she uses them, it's drains more of her energy. What? What is that? What? Huh? Oh, those are the torpedo thingies. Shooting missiles or whatever. She still has 2 more? Question mark? Oh! Well, they've had characters get an arm cut off before and win. Oh! Oh, damn. That was... Uh-oh. What? She just goes straight in.
I told her not to get
okay.
to that thunder spear. Too bad she can't hear omniscient narration from beyond the 4th wall.
Despite Mikasa's overwhelming and frankly terrifying tenacity, Blake's varied arsenal and powers gave her a clear edge.
The ODM gear allowed Mikasa to keep up with Gamble Shroud's agility, but in terms of offense, Mikasa was kind of a one-trick pony. And that's especially compared to the Swiss anime knife that is Gamble Shroud, which could stretch 10 to 16 times longer than either of Mikasa's cables.
Blake's variety of shadows she could spam at will kept Mikasa guessing, and her aura allowed her to survive any attacks that could land.
To be fair, the Thunder Spears were a different story, and were powerful enough to shatter Blake's aura. The aura could survive around 4 tons of TNT, while the Spear's explosion could dish out over 18.
But Blake's far greater speed made her nearly impossible to consistently hit. While Mikasa could keep up with characters that can dodge bullets, Blake could keep up with characters that can dodge lightning. In this case, nearly 40 times faster than Mikasa.
And those
didn't go over
Thunder
that.
Spears are meant for big, slow titans, not human opponents, so it's unlikely she'd ever get a solid hit in with one.
In that same sense, Mikasa's Ackerman heritage couldn't save her either.
It may give her generations worth of combat experience Avatar style, but almost all of it was against titans, not a Faunus huntress like Blake, who has powers the Ackerman family has never seen before.
Coupled with her Odium Gear's limited fuel supply and breakable swords, Mikasa just couldn't end the fight before her own options ran out. Mikasa had guts, but Blake's speed, versatility, and sick anime combo weapon gave her the edge.
It may have been a gamble, but Blake had the spirit to win without a shadow of a doubt.
The winner is Blake Belladonna.
Alright, there you go. Versus
Thank
Battle
you for
had it right.
watching. Stay tuned, we'll be jumping into the next matchup next week. But you can always get more Death Battle right now by clicking one of those boxes right over there.
Be
and
quiet.
by downloading
What's the
battle
next one?
music linked
Be quiet.
down below.
What's the next one? What? Wait, what? What? Poe versus Iron Fist. Wait a minute. What? What? Wait a minute. What? Oh, okay. Alright, so one of the things that I kept saying, what in the world for, or like, wait a minute, what? Was I thought the name of the character in Kung Fu Panda, since I've never actually seen it before, was Kung Fu Panda. I didn't realize he had an actual name. So it's Poe versus Iron Fist, a fictional superhero in Marvel Comics. He's the wielder of the Iron Fist, which allows him to summon and focus his chi. Oh! Okay. Oh, so he's like a... Oh, there we go. So, okay, so I guess this is sort of like a... Yeah, this is like a martial arts, kung fu type death battle matchup that we're going for here. That is super random. The Kung Fu Panda versus a Marvel superhero. That's something I never ever would have guessed. Anyway, so that was a good one. Again, my pick won. Yay! Double thumbs up. And, yeah, how many in a row am I, for the picks? Now, I know that I got Mickey versus, what's-his-face gone. Or, wrong. Or, Yoda, yeah. I rooted for Yoda. Yeah, Shadow won. I rooted for Shadow. I didn't say it during the commentary, but yeah, oh, that's right. I rooted for Luthor, and he lost, even though I expected him to. So that was, what, 1 and 2? Then I didn't say this during the video, but yeah, I was technically rooting for Geese. Wasn't it? Yeah, I was rooting for Geese, and yeah, and he lost, so that's 1 and 3. And then I rooted for Blake and she won. So that's 2 and 3. So far this season, I am 2 correct and 3 wrong. I gotta do better. I got plenty of time to make up for it, right? Anyway, so that was cool. I really liked the animation. That was a good fight. Yeah, definitely had me guessing. Again, you know, the versus battle, you know, this is partially what I based my pick off of. It definitely seemed like Blake had the very slight advantage. But, yeah. So, that was cool. And the next one is, once again, I've never seen Kung Fu Panda. I feel like it's on my list somewhere. I have this horrendously long list of movies that I've yet to watch and want to. But yeah, I don't know anything about the character, so I don't really care who wins the next one either, so there you go. That's gonna be it for me, Mr. The Playing With Movie. If you like this video, why don't you subscribe or check out some other videos? There's more in the way, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video. And if you're already subscribed to me, go ahead and click the notification bell so that you know when I get those uploads out there. So that's it. I will see you all next time. A huge thank you to my monthly supporters who help make this video possible. Joel, Colin, Crasher, Yale, Tiberia, Boo Games, and Savage Zoo.